Hi everyone. I just want to talk about something here because this is what we go through in the fall and spring, early spring. Everybody wants to burn. And I just got done watching a few things in a couple different counties. And people are yesterday they downloaded it today and they did it yesterday and and over the weekend, and they're having brush pile fires. And so you just type in DNR burn permits or Michigan DNR, go to the state website, oops, there you go. It comes up with a pretty little map of the state of Michigan, upper and lower. And as you can see in up top there's brown is no debris burning. Indicates open debris burning is not permitted. Green says it's permitted. Orange says it's permitted with restrictions. And then gray indicates that burn permits are not electronically issued. What electronically issued means is that when you tap on your county, what color it is, and we use Antrim, and you'll see it comes up, and it gives the different townships: Banks, Central Lake, Chestonia, Custer, Echo, Elk Rapids, Forest Home, Helena, Jordan, Keeney, Mansalona, Milton, Star, Torch Lake, and Warner. And as you can see, it says no burning. No burning. And that is as of, find where you put the time and everything in here. Using a different device than what I normally use. And I don't understand why I'm not finding what I want. It gives the date. It'll say today's date and the time. And I don't know why it's because they update it every hour or as fire weather changes. Oh, wait, it's on this page. Here we go. There we go. Map updated 10/3/25 at 3:10. Refreshes every 10 minutes. Let's pick an Orange County that has restrictions. Let's go to Roscommon. And you'll see where it says burn permits issued, yes, no, no, no. But the restrictions are after 6 p.m. That's when temperatures cool down, humidity starts to rise, the winds usually die down. Okay? Open burning is not allowed unless there is snow cover. That's in Garish Township. So, people need to start utilizing, because the comment I left, and they said that, well, we adhere to all fire burning technology, and I've not, 20 plus years in the fire service, it's fire weather, there's burn permits, there's no burn permits, there's, so, and these are outdoorsy people, and apparently they don't even know how to use the technology that we have to make sure that to make sure that they're doing something safe. If you want to have an open debris burning, so that means anything other than a campfire. Open debris burning is anything larger than what you would have on a small campfire with a couple pieces of wood or a log or two. That's a campfire. Anything bigger than that, burning leaves, burning a brush pile, small brush pile, having a large container full of a bunch of logs, having a big bonfire, that is considered an open debris fire. Campfire only. And it does, if you contain it, that's fine. If you put it in a ring, or, like everyone wants to do, they want to put a ring of rocks around everything, whatever. But you can have it on the open ground, just as long as there's nothing. You cleared the ground around from it, and you burn the grass, or you disturb the earth, so it's not spreading, and you keep it under control. But if somebody calls and you have a conservation officer come out there, or they dispatch the fire department and a DNR fire officer out there, you could be looking at a hefty bill, especially if it's in somewhere where there's a restriction or no burning. And as you can see, pretty near the whole northern part of the lower peninsula is no burning. No restrictions, no nothing. That means even after 6 p.m., it probably won't change, because we were in that dry of a weather right now. It's been low humidity, breezy, sunny temps in the high 70s, low 80s. I don't know what the fixation with people burning, I hold off on burn, even in the spring. If I have something that I decide to want to burn, I hold off till we get some nicer weather. Or I wait till we get wet weather, and everything greens up. Right now, things are dying. Leaves are falling. Grass is dying. It makes it more volatile, especially when it's dry like this. I just wish people would understand, and it irks me when I watch a channel that is an off-grid, outdoorsy, that are telling you how to do all these things and cook and whatever else, and they go and they do something like this. And then I leave a comment, and then they snap at me that they're following all the fire regulation. If you knew what you were talking about, you would have said, I went onto the state website, which every state has. I've looked it up. Go to their DNR website, and it'll tell you if you can burn, if there's red flag warnings. Look at the whole UP just about. And the only reason why those restrictions are, especially in Marquette County, is because of the city, and different townships have burning regulations. So, and that's what always get me, guys. Fire service. I have better things to do for my afternoon than to spend 4 or 5 hours in your field, or in your woods, or in your yard, because you decided to go and burn a bunch of leaves, or have a brush pile on some of the driest, windiest weather, because you're like, well, it's nice, I'm going to go out and do this. And then you light everything on fire. No, I'm complaining. When the general public does it, okay. But when you have all these outdoor people that are trying to tell me how to camp, and how rough it is everywhere where they go, and how the 2 tracks are so horrible, and they have their Jeeps, and they have to film themselves running through a little puddle, and then they go and they cut down a bunch of trees, which you can't cut anything. In the state of Michigan, you cannot gather firewood. It has to be on the ground and dead. You can't cut a tree down. And I've watched, umpteen channels in the past few weeks where these people are cutting down perfectly good trees. You can't do that. And I guess what's weird is people don't understand you're actually recording yourself breaking the law. I find it absolutely amazing. And what people have to remember too is, if you have a YouTube subscription with the Plus, then I can download and save what you put on YouTube. And even if you go and delete it, I still have it. So I just wish people would just get their heads out of their butts and just start. If you're going to tell me how rough it is, and how to camp, and 2-track, and everything else that you do, and how bad it is, then know what you're doing and talking about. I just tired of silly people on YouTube, and it makes it unenjoyable watching some things. I like to try and find out information. I like to try and give people my thoughts and my information on stuff, and sound credible, and know what I'm talking about. So, and everybody, there's constant drama with everything on a lot of these off-grid. Everything's drama. And of course, you guys wouldn't click on it. Maybe I should have some drama. Maybe I should go start my yard on fire and go, oh, look what a doofus I am. Oh, please, people, if you're going to do some outdoor channels and you're going to burn and do different things and show someone how to do something or how to get rid of even a stump, and you're going to light a bunch of stuff up around it, it's still not considered a campfire. Okay? Campfire is something you sit around. When you start burning other material, it's debris burning. Just like in Michigan, it's against the law. Or I watched a guy up in the UP last year, tore down his cabin and he burnt it. You can't do that. You can't burn building material. So, if you're going to make something to show somebody what you're doing and to talk about yourself, just make sure you're doing everything the right way. That's all. Sorry, everyone. It's a long rant, but it just irritates me. And I guess already what irritated me is sirens already went out this afternoon. Somebody burning stuff. Just not far from. And it's just uncalled for. Be safe. Think about things first. So, sorry for the rant, but here's a tool that we all can use. Burn permits, and it's electronic. You don't have to call your sheriff's department or your township hall, except for in the gray counties. And when you tap on them, it gives you all the information on phone numbers to call and what to do. But again, as you can see, as of 3:20, near most of the northern lower has no burning. We are that dry. Until we get rain come Monday, and today is the 3rd, so until we get rain on the 6th or 7th, and we are in a moderate drought in this area. Most of the lower peninsula is in a drought situation. So I'm actually worried. I'm actually concerned and thinking about what's going to happen this weekend with people because of the nice weather, and they're doing exactly what they shouldn't be doing, and watching all these off-grid people doing stuff. And I don't know. So again, YouTube can be very interesting and very informative, but also I watch a lot of people do things that just baffles me. So sorry for the rant. Subscribe and like. Leave in the comments if you think I'm full of crap or being too much of a whine baby. I'd like to have a discussion about it. All right, everyone. Take care. Thanks.